We have lots of leaf mold here, ready to be used. And I'm here to use it. No electricity, no running water. Allotment is just depending on the manpower. I'm not using even a shovel because it's difficult with a shovel to to dig this compost heap. I just use my hand. I'm just wearing gloves just to keep clean a little bit or protect from the any sharp objects if it is in the compost heap. And yeah, no electricity, no running water. It reminds me of that Ray Davis dead end street. No water, no rent, nothing. Practically, this is the story of the allotments in 21st century. No electricity, no running water, and yeah, treated as second class. I don't know, considering that the developers are after the land everywhere in the country. It seems some faraway places. Beautiful. We have yet beautiful sights because we live outdoors. Steam is rising from here. I'll do it again. So hot. Is it the spores of the fungi or is it heat? I think this is heat. If it is fungi, that's good. It decomposes them. But if it is the heat, that means they are really working. Oh, I'm getting the best part of this. Best part of the leaf mold is decomposing already. In this rotten day, of course. That's the first wheelbarrow full of the leaf mold. And I'm going to spread it here. As you see, I have partially removed the cover. And you see there are weeds and other things. I will cover them with this leaf mold, then later I will add a layer of compost to this. Not today probably, but I have to spread the leaf mold here before the leaf molds get used by others. So I take as much as I need for here. Some say we dig because we want to lose weight, keeping outdoors. This is another one of the lazy reasons, some may say. Why you must eat in the first place too much that you get fat? Grazing practically. Opening the fridge and grazing on it. Why you must eat so much? Why you must eat so much food that make you fat actually? Things that are fattening. Stop eating and just have a small amount of food, meat. The rest of it let it be vegetables and fruits. Does make sense now. Look, we are now near the center of the compost heap, and you see the heat is rising. We can generate heat by this. Keep yourself warm. It's so warm here. And I was actually thinking for many years, in the allotments in the UK, we live in the medieval times. Medieval times has not finished for us. It's a continuum from the Dark Ages to now. 21st century, Tuesday, 20th of December 2016. We don't have electricity in the allotment, we don't have running water. We are lucky if you have a toilet. Of course, the peasants in the medieval time, in Dark Ages, didn't have any toilet. They had just a hole. That was toilet. And yeah, we practically are practicing medieval ways. Composting and not adding any pesticide or herbicide or fertilizer other than what nature is providing us naturally in a sustainable way every year, year after year. So, welcome to medieval time in allotment. UK medieval age. Near the center of the leaf mold heap. Oh, it's so warm, almost hot. A little bit hotter, it will burn. It's actually heat. The compost is hot. Oh, it's hot. It's warm. Microbes are really doing their job. Look at the heat. I thought these are spores. They are not. This is the heat. Oh, that's lovely. This is decomposing. Beautiful. Okay, now we have a lot of leaf mold, and I just want to cover this three sister system with leaf mold. So what I will do, I'll remove this weights over the sheet, the weed suppressing sheet, and spread the leaf mold here. This is a full truckload of leaf mold, which I'm going to introduce to this soil, which was my Christmas potato patch, to suppress the weeds at the same time enrich the soil. We'll see how it works. Long time that I'm thinking that allotments in the UK are remnants of the okay, we have covered now half of the three sister system with leaf mold, and now I'm going to cover this part. It's about 3 o'clock, so really getting tired. I have to go for lunch and then having some rest. I like these colors. These are oak leaf. Take a few photos of them. Now I understand why they call it leaf mold. They were molding, and those steams I was seeing rising from the leaves, they were actually spores of the fungi. Mold, leaf mold. The name is on it. I have now emptied half of the leaf mold from the truck and spread it immediately over the flower bed. These are summer and autumn flowers. Non-bulbous, of course. And I just covered it. I just put them here and they are covered. So anything was there, including the flowers and any weeds, is covered. Up to this point, which is that plant and rhubarb, which is here. Hopefully we'll come back later. And that's it. Now I'm going to actually bring the bulbs and spread here. Bulbs here, which I'm going to do today. So instead of going to plant them normal way that usually I do, I'm going to use the Nordic method. I did it once and the result was very good, but since I brought the chickens in this side, cannot do it anymore like that because the chickens practically destroying the bulbs. This was the original call it tulip alley, and as you see here, tulip street, all the tulips are out. Chickens have dug them. So what I have to do, I will transfer everything the other side, Nordic. What I will do, I'll put a layer of the leaf mold and then put the bulb just on the surface of the leaf mold, then cover it with more leaf molds, and that way I will have a bed for this. This is the area near the fence that I'm going to put the leaf mold and put the bulbs on the top of the leaf mold, then cover it with more leaf molds. And this was my flower bed, one of my flower beds. So I'm going to do this year here all the bulbs also, including the ones that I have in the pot already. So let us see how it will be. Okay, I have now brought the bulbs. As you see, lots of daffodils. Anywhere I go, I just get a few from them just to see how they compare and contrast to each other. And different daffodils, different again premium bulb collection daffodil blend, again daffodil, again some of this Muscari armeniacum, and again tulips, and some crocus. And for opening them, I use my trustworthy, lovely Christmas present, which is my opaline knife. This is number 8. I'm going to open and just use it immediately. Okay, this is the opaline knife. And I put the safety hatch, safety ring around so it will not close on its own, and I'm going to open the packages of the bulbs. This is the leaf mold, and this is the bed. If we go over this bed, covering the flowers and whatever from the summer flowers, if they're viable, they will just in the spring or summer, they will just germinate again if there is any seed in this bed from the flowers, and they will come up again. If there is no, that's it. Now we plant new. Being a busy person, I don't have the time to really plant them, so I just drop them the way that they are, and because the bottom is heavy, they just stay right way up, hopefully. And as I go, I just plant more. Unless this is going like this, which was the roots way up, so I just drop them like that until all is planted. Of the bulbs from 3 pots, those large pots, and I'm going now to spread them here, and there's a few of them remain, so I will continue to do it. They have dahlia and other things that a lot of crocus also. Bulbs I got from the pots. They're huge, the size of an onion. Beautiful. And they have lots of bulblets. Just want to show this Morrison bulb that I got. They're written £3, but actually they were on sale for £2. And look at the roots. The roots are growing. It means they're ready for planting. And so I just drop them there and hoping that they'll grow. This is the broad bean bed that I planted in January, I think, or late January, early February. And as you see, it was in the Nordic bed, leaf mold just, and I planted the broad beans there. I now remove the cover, the black tarpaulin, and as you see, the broad beans are out. What I will do, because these leaf molds are not completely contained now, I will spread some compost on them. Here's a bag of compost, very cheap. I got it from Morrison's. 3 bags for £9. Each bag is 70 liters, which is about 70 kilogram, and that is about a quarter of a ton. And now I'm going to spread it. Sometimes we don't notice what we have. And I was watering the Three Sisters system, and I just, the beautiful smell of the flowers of broad bean filled my nose. So I remembered what Sean was telling in the horticultural channel, showing the leaves of his broad beans, and they looked very thin and kind of without any width and pointed kind of leaves. I just wanted to see how is mine, and I look at it and I see that it seems so far we don't have that problem. And this can make the point valid that that is something caused probably by the pesticide in manure that people use. I have not used any manure. This was just the soil. I planted my potato last year in it, Christmas potatoes, and then I just topped it with some thick layer of the leaf mold, and then when I planted this I also added a little bit soil to this compost, and that's it. That was it. And so far we have got away with this. I want to show what my neighbors has done, so see if it is the same observation. By the way, I can see that ants are now climbing the growing stems of the broad beans. That means they're bringing their black flies there, so we have to be careful. And the broad beans of my neighbor, I don't see anything on that. No thinning or narrow kind of leaf on the tip. So that is unique to what Sean was showing in his horticultural channel. So that's it, Sean. I think that you may be right. This can be a weed killer that they have used on the farms, and the manure produced from that wheat or hay or straw fed to the cattle and horses contain that weed killer, and when you use it on your own garden you transfer all those poisons that causes the special kind of plants with leaves that are sensitive to those kind of weed killers absorb it and then suffer. Actually it stops or slows down their growth. What really goes well with the broad bean is this mint, any kind of mint, including all this mint that we have here. It goes really well with broad bean. You are going to enjoy this tonight. Lots of harvest of broad bean, and yet a lot more to go. Especially Monica, which is really good variety. Look at the size of the pods. They're huge, they're like big sausages. Compared to the hair spring shaft, they're really good and onward. Just for the sake of comparison, look at this broad bean. How massive it is. If I open it, you can see the inside. can say these are the biggest broad beans I've seen in the UK so far. I've never saw such a big beans in any broad bean. These are massive. They're almost 1 inch in size. And this one has given 1, 2, 3, 4 large beans. And as you see, there is a lot more to harvest. I think I will harvest them now. Everything on this plate is from allotment: eggs, broad beans, peas, the fennel, the mint. Salt is not from allotment. Lettuce, cut and come again, and iceberg. What I can say that the fresh broad bean, it melts in the mouth. It's so beautiful and delicious. It's such a beautiful thing this time. When you cook it fresh, that's what happens. If it was old, that would have not been tasty. It melts in the mouth.